Hey everybody, welcome to Mad Backyard. Today we've got the new Summit Series fire pit from Solo Stove. Now, as you can see, I have not tried this out myself yet, so I thought it'd be fun if we unboxed it, set it up, and tried it out for the first time together to see what we think. Now, the Summit Series is the newest line of fire pits from Solo Stove. This is the Summit 19.5 inch. It's about the same size as the Bonfire model. It's their smallest. There's also a 24 and a 27 inch, but again, this is about the size. It's actually the exact same size as the Bonfire model from before that you might be familiar with. So enough talking, let's go ahead and open it up and see how it looks. Now, full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Solo Stove, but I don't work for Solo. I'm not one of their spokespeople. My job is to unbox this, try it out with you guys, tell you what I think of it, and that's about it. So even though the video is sponsored by Solo, as always, I'm always going to give you my full and honest opinion, just like I've done on our Blackstone reviews and our Solo Steelfire griddle review we did recently. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've got it unboxed. We've got all our pieces laid out. You can see I've got it on a fire pit mat. I always use a fire pit mat, even if the fire pit I'm using is raised up off the ground. It just helps collect any embers that might come out or something like that and protect your concrete or your grass or your deck or whatever you're using. But anyway, about the Solo Stove, a couple things I noticed right off the bat when I was taking it out of the box is that the stand on the bottom is now included. So it has this stand that keeps it up off the ground. You'll notice on the old models, I have a Yukon over here that I've had for a few years. The Solo Stove itself is flush right against the ground unless you have this separate ring stand that you can get to put underneath it to keep it up off the ground. So that's a nice feature they added, that it's now included. It's all one piece. It's one less thing you have to think about. It looks like you're probably going to get a little more airflow as well with it having two sets of holes here and being up off the ground versus the old model with the one set like that. So this is all one piece here, stainless steel. Then we've got a few pieces here. We've got, this is the ash pan, which goes in the bottom first. So this is going to sit right here like this. And that's going to collect the ash that collects from underneath the quick strike base plate that goes on top of that. This one you can take out. Your ash actually collects not in the basin of the fire pit where you have to dump the whole fire pit over, but in this plate instead. So I'd imagine this is easier to dump the ash out of than having to turn the whole fire pit over. So then lastly, we've got our ring that when you're storing a Solo Stove, it's just like on the old models, it's going to be face down like this, kind of angled in. And when you're going to light up your fire pit, you're going to turn it this way, facing up, so that you get that better airflow and effect. So let's go ahead and put some logs in and get it lit and see how it does. Now, the biggest difference with the Summit Series that we haven't even touched on yet is actually how you set up the logs and light the fire. Now, Solo was telling me their goal was to kind of find something that was really, really easy to light and that you wouldn't have to think about or spend a lot of time getting lit while maybe you're getting ready for a party or something like that. They give you this fire starter gel, and the idea is that you can just put the logs in, put the fire starter gel in the middle, it flows into these divots here, and then you can light the gel, and that's all you have to do. So we're gonna try it out, test it out, and see how it works. Now, no matter what kind of fire pit you're using, make sure you got good dry wood. It makes all the difference in the world. And when I'm starting a fire pit, I'm always looking for kind of the smaller pieces to get started with, and then I'll add the bigger ones later on once the fire's going. So I'm gonna take some of these smaller ones, and according to the instructions, we're gonna lay them down horizontally. And we're gonna kind of get them positioned over these divots where the gel's gonna be, because that's what's gonna light them from underneath. So now we've got our lighter. We're going to use our fire starter gel. We're going to pour it right in the middle here, and it's going to flow down into those little divots. Or wells, I should say, that are going to kind of collect that gel. So we've got the gel in place. We've got our logs in place. I want to see how long this actually takes to light. So I'm going to go ahead and start a timer here. We're going to go ahead and light the center. Yeah, it's lit. I can see it. little more difficult to see because we're in the sunlight here, but it is lit. See, maybe my shadow will help see it a little better. There we go. So be careful leaning over the fire pit like I am, because there are flames shooting straight up right now. That's kind of cool. All right, we'll see how long it takes these logs to get going. So while we're waiting for that, I want to leave the video running here in real time so that we're kind of being realistic about how long this takes to get lit. I'm going to try not to cut away at all. So while we're waiting for that, just talking about a couple things with the solo stove. We've done some other videos in the past about how to light your solo stove, the best way to put out your solo stove. And one of the questions I get all the time is people saying, you know, it's supposed to be a smokeless fire pit, and I'm getting smoke. Well, of course, when you first light up any kind of fire pit, you're gonna get smoke. Think of it like barbecue. When you're doing low and slow and the fire's not very hot, you're gonna get a lot more smoke from the wood and the coals. But when you're burning hot and fast charcoal or wood, you're gonna get less smoke because you're getting a stronger, cleaner fire. It's the same thing with the solo stove. You've gotta kind of let it get burned, let the wood really catch and start to burn and get a nice strong fire for it to not have that smoke effect. So you can see right now we're getting smoke from the logs as they're catching. That's expected, but as we go here, we should get less and less smoke as it's kind of pushing that fire up and out. Now you'll see on the outside of the solo stove, on the inside here, I don't know if you can see because I put that ring on the outside, but we've got these air holes all along the outside. And part of what makes the solo stove unique from other types of fire pits is that there's an air chamber running along the perimeter of the solo stove, and there's actually air and then fire eventually, once the fire gets going, that's going to come up and out through those holes as well. So you end up getting a really, really strong fire and a lot of oxygen and airflow, and that's what helps contribute to having less smoke than you would in maybe just a conventional fire pit. So let's check our timer here. We're about 2.5 minutes in. You can see it's going pretty well here. The nice thing is we set up the logs, we put the gel in, and we lit it, and I have done nothing else. I haven't touched it, no kindling, anything like that. There's still a lot of fire gel down in those wells. I don't know if you can see from the side here. There's still quite a bit of gel in there, so I have a feeling that's gonna burn for a little while here until that goes out and the logs catch. So we're gonna kind of keep watching it here and see how it does. Now, I've also got the solo stove shield here. If you have a bonfire, or you had a bonfire in the past and you had the shield, the nice thing is all the accessories that fit the bonfire also fit this 19.5-inch Summit Series fire pit. It's the exact same size as the bonfire. So you can buy the bonfire-sized accessories, or if you already have them, just use the ones you already have. I think the best accessory for the solo stove is the shield, because it really does help keep those embers from flying out once the fire really gets going. Now, I'm not going to put it on yet because I might want to add some more wood here in a minute. I want to get a better idea of how the fire is getting lit, although you can tell those logs are going. There's a lot of airflow and a lot of heat. We're about 4 minutes and 10 seconds in here, so it's lighting up pretty well. But I would definitely recommend checking out the shield. We're going to put that on in a little bit. And once the solo stove's lit like this, you want to make sure you have some good high heat gloves. These are the ones I use for barbecuing all the time. I'll put links to all this stuff down below so you can check it out after you watch the video. But the nice thing with these is they're heat resistant up to like a really high amount. So it's fine for moving the fire pit around. So I'm going to move it a little more to the center here. You can see we're getting a nice strong flame now. I'm not seeing the fire coming out of those top air holes yet. We still got to get to that point, but I think we'll get there pretty soon. The other thing, when you are setting up your wood in your solo stove, and this is no matter what model you have, you want to keep the logs below those air holes around the upper perimeter. All the instructions on the different models I've had now all say the same thing. Keep your wood underneath that level, not coming up out of the fire pit. One of the other things that Solo told me they were trying to do with this new model as well was design it to have a lower profile design. Now the Yukon is obviously a more a wider fire pit, but you can see how much taller it is as well. They both have the stands, but you can see how much taller that Yukon is than this new Summit series. And I think even the wider Summit series, the 24 and the 27-inch ones, are about this height. They're just wider. And the reason they did that is they said, you know, they wanted you to be able to see the fire better. By having a lower profile, you get more flames coming up out of the fire pit itself, and you can enjoy watching the fire a little more than you could on the old versions. All right, we're 6 minutes in, 6 minutes and 15 seconds, and I would say that this fire pit's lit. The gel in the bottom of the wells there has pretty much burnt out. There's a little bit I can see down below, but there's no problem with airflow. There's no problem with these logs. And again, we started with nice dry logs, but they're definitely lit at this point. So we're just gonna let this run a little more. I think I'm good with 4 logs for now. We might move them around a little bit and add another one here in a few minutes, but it's about 6 minutes to get it lit, and all we did was set up the logs, add the gel, and light it. Okay, so those first couple small logs kind of burned down a little bit. I threw a few more of the bigger ones on top. I put a lot on because I wanted to get a big fire going here, but the nice thing is now you can really see that secondary burn happening out those vent holes along the top of the Solo stove. It's creating smoke, yes, from the new logs I just put on, but you can see how those flames really want to kind of push it straight up. It's a little windy out today, so yes, it is blowing sideways. But sitting here this close to the fire, I'm not getting a ton of smoke, believe it or not. Definitely less than I would if I was at, you know, just a conventional campfire. So this is that secondary burn you really want to go for to get a nice, good, solid flame when you're using this type of fire pit. At this point, some of the accessories you can use if you want to with the fire pit. You got the shield, which I mentioned before. This is the outer ring that's just going to go right on the outside here. You can use your heat-proof gloves, or you can use these holders that come with the shield if you want to keep a little more distance between yourself and the fire. There's the smaller lid that goes on top here. And so you can remove this when you want to add more logs without having to take the whole thing off. This can just slide on in place like that. And the nice thing with the shield is you can still enjoy the fire without having to worry about big embers popping out at you as the logs burn. And then another cool accessory is the heat deflector that just goes right on top of the fire pit. And make sure you've got that flame ring I talked about pointed up, or else this is not going to stay in place. But the nice thing about this is it's designed to send the heat more out to the sides. So if you got a big group of people sitting around and it's a colder day, you can get a little more heat versus, you know, the way the Solo stove is designed with sending smoke straight up, it's also sending a lot of that heat straight up. The nice thing with this is it's going to send the smoke up, but you'll get a little more radiant heat coming out to enjoy as well. So again, this is the 19.5-inch Summit model. This is the smallest one, about the same size as the bonfire. About 4 to 6 people can enjoy this sitting around it. And again, there is a 24-inch and a 27-inch model that they sell as well. So at this point, you can just kind of let the fire keep burning, add logs as you want to. When you're getting close to wanting to be finished for the night, obviously stop adding more wood to the fire. You don't want to leave it unattended like this. That would not be safe, but you also don't want to pour water on it to put it out. You never want to pour water on this type of fire pit, or any type of fire pit really for that matter. You're going to warp the steel. You might get rust and mildew and other things, and it just becomes a mess with the ash getting all muddy inside. And just don't pour water on it, okay? Let it burn down till it's coals, just embers, no active flames. And then at that point, it's probably safe to walk away from. If you don't want to leave it unattended and open like that, even with embers, you can use the Solo stove lid, one of the accessories that you can get for it. But you don't want to put it on while the fire is burning this strongly. It's not designed to snuff out a fire. There's still going to be a ton of oxygen coming in because of all these, you know, air holes that we've talked about throughout this whole video. So I'm not going to put the lid on now with the fire like this. I would wait until it's burned down to just embers, and the embers will continue to cool down, and then you can deal with it in the morning once it's completely cooled down. So what are our thoughts on this fire pit? Well, I like it. I think it does everything that I would expect a solo stove to do, having used my Yukon for a number of years now. I like being able to just light that gel and not have to find kindling or constantly tend to it while I'm getting it started. I think if you like the idea of a quick and easy startup that you get from a propane fire pit, but still want that wood burning experience, this would be a good option for you. I also really like, again, how the stand is now incorporated into the fire pit itself. There's a lot of accessories for the solo stove, and you can decide whether you like them or not and want to try them out. They're all optional. You don't need them. However, I do think that the stand is a necessity, and the fact that Solo went and made it part of the fire pit rather than a separate accessory you need to purchase makes a lot of sense. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Solo's new Summit Series fire pit. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. And again, I'll put links to all the accessories, the fire pit itself, everything we used today down in the description below if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching.